Hey everyone, my name is Daryl, and in today's video I'm going to be chatting to you about government's recent announcement on the renewable energy tax incentive. Now this should be of interest to absolutely everyone, whether you are buying, whether you are selling, whether you are thinking of installing a backup system in your home. This is a great announcement. We've been wanting it for such a long time, and government has finally put some meat around to the conversation that's been taking place everywhere. So I need to point out to you that this is a high-level summary only. There is a 3-page document that the Treasury has put together. I'll link it in the description. Like I said, 3 pages only. You're not going to die going to read it, but it's going to cover you with all the other questions that are currently being asked around this. So the most important aspect is who can benefit. And in this video, I'm talking about individuals and their households. I'm not talking about businesses. There is a tax incentive scheme, a renewable energy tax incentive scheme for businesses. I'm not discussing that today. That you need to go and find out for yourself. I'm talking about the normal residential household and how you can benefit from this tax incentive. So the most basic requirement of this incentive is that it must be PV solar panels, and it must be new and unused. PV solar panels, new and unused. This incentive does not cover anything else related to your backup supply system. So it does not cover your batteries, it does not cover the inverter, it does not even cover the installation. It simply requires, pays for the actual panel itself. So when you are putting your budget together and you are separating costs, when you look at the solar panel and that portion, that is what this tax incentive will cover you for. So it can be installed as part of a new system or as part of an existing system, as long as the panels themselves are new and unused. So that is the most basic requirement. The second thing, the question that we want to answer is, how much time do you have to benefit? And this is where there's a little bit of a sense of urgency for people. You see, the government has implemented this for this year only so far. In this budget speech, this tax incentive is for this tax year only. 1 year from March to end of February next year, that is when you can benefit. So if you install those solar panels within this tax year, at the end of this tax year, you'll be able to claim it and you'll be able to benefit from it. How much can you benefit? It's 25% of the cost of the panels. 25% up to a total of 15,000. So in order for you to maximize or to get the most benefit out of this tax incentive, you would have to install on its own 60,000 rands worth of solar panels. That's not including the battery, that's not including the wiring, that's not including the inverter that's going to power the house. Panels alone, 60,000. So you start working that downwards, 40,000 Rand, you're going to get 10,000, 20,000 Rand, and so on and so forth. So that is the most basic requirements. Must be new and unused solar panels, must be done within this tax year. That's how much you can benefit. When can you get this? When can you make this claim? If you are a salaried employee and you are paying PAYE, you can claim this at the end of the tax year when you submit your tax returns. If you're a provisional taxpayer, you can submit it as part of one of your provisional payments or at the end payment. So that is when you can benefit. So even if you install it tomorrow and you are a salaried earner, you will only, not tomorrow, tomorrow's still February, you can only do it from March, beginning of March. If you do it from March, and you can only then claim at the end of the tax year. So yes, there is an outlay for you now. Yes, there is cost to pay for it now, but there is a benefit, and it is an incentive, and is well worth considering taking up. There are some other requirements. The panels must be a minimum of 275 watts. Minimum. So a small panel is not going to cut it. They won't qualify that panel for you. It must be installed at a residence that is mainly used for domestic purposes. The installation must also be proved by way of a certificate of compliance in terms of the electrical installation regulations. So a DIY job is not going to get you the incentive unless you are an electrician and you can qualify it and you can give yourself a certificate. But a general DIY installation is not going to allow you to claim this incentive. the other requirement must form part of a system that is connected to the mains distribution of the private residence. So that is the major points. It must be solar panels, new and unused. You can claim for up to 25% to maximum 15,000 Rand within this tax year that's coming up. And it must be 275 watts or more. So government has given a disclaimer. Government has given a disclaimer. And this I'm quoting directly from the document, the 3-page document that you're likely not going to read. The aim of this note and the draft legislation to follow is to provide as much upfront clarity as possible so that individuals do not feel they need to wait for the tax bills later in the year before making a decision to invest and benefit from the incentive. The guidance provided is nevertheless subject to the outcome of the consultative process on the proposal and Parliament's ultimate decisions on the legislation giving effect to the proposal. So they're saying, go ahead, we want you to do this. They're probably going to push it because we've been asking for so long, but there is a rider to that to say, it's got to go through the process first. So friends, that is the renewable energy tax incentive. Take advantage of it. If you've been thinking about it, this is the time to act upon it. If you want to add more value to your home, put solar panels in and the other systems that go with it. Take advantage of what government is going to give to you. So in the next video, I'm going to be chatting to you about the tax rebate, the no transfer duty. So there's been a change to the new transfer duty figures. No transfer duty figures. I'll chat about that in another video. So what you need to do is like, subscribe, share, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.